Hey everybody, it's Klaus here. Welcome back to another video of mine. This is going to be something a little bit different today. And before I get straight to it, I'm going to address your concerns. I understand that we're over here in Windows, and this video is all about improving our audio quality on Linux. The reason why we're here is to give you a little bit of a baseline view. In my particular circumstance, I realized my audio quality was very poor on Linux, and it has to do partly with the fact that my sound card is not supported. That is why I have the Sound Blaster suite open over here. I have a Sound Blaster ZX video card, and the Z series and more or less the Recon are not well supported on Linux. So what we're going to do today is give you a little bit of a baseline. This is with the Crystal Voice on, just the noise reduction, no acoustic echo cancellation. I find that this eats away at the voice and makes me sound more robotic. So let's do a little bit of a test recording. This is going to be a test recording just to help you guys understand how this sound is coming out. And yeah, let's play this back. This is going to be a test recording just to help you guys understand how this sound is coming out. And yeah, let's play this back. All right, so as you can see, this sounds pretty good. There's not a whole lot of robotization going on here. It sounds clear, it's understandable, and most importantly, we don't notice any sort of hiss or hum in the background. Let's do a little bit of a test recording without Crystal Voice on. All right, let's take a listen to what this sounds like. All right, here we go. This is without our noise cancellation algorithm. As you'll be able to tell, there is going to be a slight hiss in the background. All right, you could notice kind of like this jumping up here in our program Audacity, that there was some background noise. Now, this wasn't originally a big deal for me, and it still pretty much isn't. I do enjoy, however, the ease of not having to do such a large amount of audio processing on the videos I create. But if you're having just a minor issue like that, then what you can do is just select a portion of the audio with no sound. So whether you record some emptiness in the beginning or the end, it doesn't really matter. We're going to go to noise reduction and say get noise profile. So it's very quick. It just did it all there. There's a couple ways we can do this now. We can hit Control A. I can double click. I can hit this guy over here, and that will select the whole audio. And then what we'll do is we'll go down to noise reduction again, and we'll start with step 2. We just hit OK to do that. Now these settings here are what works best for me, what I felt like didn't erode the audio quality that much, but let's do this and you can take a listen. All right, done. Very, very quick. All right, here we go. This is without our noise cancellation algorithm. As you'll be able to tell, there is going to be a slight hiss in the background. All right, so there you go. It wasn't that bad. You could notice just a very little bit. Probably headphones users are going to be able to pick it up a little bit better. But that's what we're dealing with more or less on the Windows side. It's very easy to manage, and I have the sound card working properly, and I got all sorts of wonderful noise canceling algorithms, either through Audacity or through the Sound Blaster suite itself. So let's flip on over to Linux, and I'm going to introduce you guys to the issue I've been having over there. Hello everybody, welcome back. As you can see, we are on the Linux desktop. I'm running Linux Mint 17.2. It is a Debian derivative, so this pretty much will work on all Debian systems. It should work on other like Fedora-based or Red Hat, OpenSUSE, stuff like that. It should work fine on those as well, but this is just what I've tested it on. The first method that we're going to be doing is socks. So socks will basically help us through creating a loopback device and removing our noise by looping through a noise profile. So basically what I've gone and done is I've created this noise file, if you will. Just recorded it in Audacity, no big deal. The first thing that we're going to do is call socks and run the command that you see on screen. What that's going to do is run through and create this noise profile for us. Nothing too exciting. It's basically just going through and kind of telling the software how it needs to remove the noise and where it needs to do that. Now, the second thing that we need to do is we need to create a loopback device. So let's do that now. We're going to put in our password. And now we're going to go into the Pulse Audio Manager, just PA-Man. Now what you need to do is go to Devices. There are sinks and sources. It doesn't really matter because the name is basically going to be the same for both, except the sinks are all going to be output. So what you want to find is the input device that you're using. I know from experience of doing this a couple times that this is my system device here. So basically what we can do is exit out once we know, and we're going to call it the PA-cat command. Basically what this is going to do is going to assign the loopback device our input, and then we're going to loop our noise profile over it. Alright, so now we have that going. Let's open up Audacity, and I'm going to go find that loopback device that we've made. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a test recording, and you'll understand why I did this first and why it's really not my favorite method. Alright, this is going to be a test recording to try and remove some of the noise. Let's take a listen and see how it sounds. Alright, so as you can see, it looks pretty good, but let's take a closer listen. A test recording to try and remove noise. Let's take a listen and see how it sounds. Okay, number one, HausOfKlaus is fairly aggressive at processing this audio. Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to get that degradation where it cuts off little snippets here and there. Now, I'm sure there might be something wrong with the way I've set this up, and I'm kind of going through this quickly, and I'm not paying attention to every little detail to try and make it sound perfectly, particularly because I know I don't like it. The second thing is that really annoying high-pitched squeal. Now, if we just take a little section here of us not speaking, we can look at the spectrum. Now, as you see, about every 2K, at 2, 4, 6 is in here, there's going to be 8, 10, 12, blah, 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 we have these little spikes. And for some reason, HausOfKlaus does not remove these. I don't know if it's just looking at them and saying it's not noise, this, that, or the other. This little bit is probably from me like breathing or something during the noise recording, but it is what it is. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to back out and we're going to try and deal with this issue a different way. Now we're going to have to kill this loopback device to do that. Nope, don't want to save it. So basically I'm going to hit Control-Z and that will kill that process. And then I'm going to go up and do Pulse Audio-K, which will kill the process, and then I need to restart it with Pulse Audio-Start. I am going to have to end this audio, or this video rather, because by doing this it actually cuts off the audio to my screen recorder. But I'll see you when we're done. Alright everybody, welcome back to the second method that we're going to use, and here we're going to do this strictly in Audacity. Now, you could use other tools like Ardour, but I've been using Audacity a little bit longer. I'm more familiar with this program, and it basically works for me. So you can always try this with, some other program. Essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to take this test recording and we're going to do some audio processing on it. So let's start. This is going to be a test sample recording. We're going to try and remove that high-pitch audio and the background static. Alright, let's take a listen to see what we have. This is going to be a test sample recording. We're going to try and remove that high-pitch audio and the background static. Alright, so as you can see, we do have that high-pitched squeal, and we do have our background static. So basically, what we're going to do is, again, take a look at this spectrum. You can still see some of these guys are coming out above the noise floor. Now, the higher frequency you go, the harder it's going to be to hear. And you can also see that the actual decibel level isn't really that high. But these guys cutting through are going to be the most annoying. So what I've done is created an equalizer. Now, what that's going to do, and we want to select the whole audio, is go through and basically pick out these frequencies, and I've chosen 2K and 4K just because that's where my problem was. You may have some other issue and you have to move these around a little bit, but this is quite effective. Now it is really easy to do. I'll give you a little demonstration here. What we can do to create something like this is just click, and we'll create 3 of them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this guy down. And then essentially what this is going to do is de-amplify the sound around, you know, whatever this guy is going to be. So let's go back to the one I had set before. This is going to be what we're going to work with. We'll just hit OK, and then that is going to be applied. So let's take a listen to it now. Maybe it helped, maybe it didn't. This is going to be a test sample recording. We're going to try and remove that high-pitch audio and the background static. Hey, what do you know? It worked well. We removed that high-pitched squeal. Now, like I said, I could have been more aggressive and gone for like 6K and 8K, but they weren't really coming up above that noise floor. And that's what the second step is going to try and resolve. It's going to be essentially the same as on Windows. We're going to highlight a spot where we don't have any voice, and we're going to go to our effects and do some noise removal. The first thing we want to do, obviously, is get the noise profile, and then we'll select all of our audio, and we will then go down to noise removal again, and we're going to go down with the second setting. Now, I recommend you go with a value that's lower than this. I'm doing this kind of to make a point, but this is going to degrade the quality of the audio that we have. So there you go. You can see that we've removed quite a good chunk. As you can see, it's very, very flat over here. It might not be silent, but we are going to get rid of a lot of it. So let's take a listen. This is going to be a test sample recording. We're going to try and remove that high-pitch audio and the background static. All right, as you can see up here, we were getting a little bit of that noise cutting through, but all in all, it sounds pretty good. That's essentially going to do it for us, guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, whatever. But particularly with the comments, if you have another way of going about and doing this, let me know, because I've Googled it pretty extensively, and those were the 2 that I found that really worked for me. There was also using jack, but jack and pulse audio don't really play nice together, so I didn't prefer that, especially because as long as I had jack going, my YouTube videos wouldn't make any noise, I couldn't play local audio files, it was just a real mess. But anyways, if you found another alternative method and it's better, please let me know, not only for my sake, but for whoever stumbles upon this video. Alright guys, it is what it is. I hope you had a good day, good night, whatever it is to you, and I will see you back here next time for gaming or Linux tips or whatever the hell we're doing.